Hello everyone, named Jaleesa, JJ Muti, /Game everybody, and everyone, I'm going to do a video for you. It's 1 month away from Captain America Civil War, and we have to decide Iron Man or Captain America. And my personal choice is obviously Captain America. Now, let's do a character study of each person. Who is Tony Stark? Tony Stark, in basic terms, is a man who tries to right the wrongs of his past. He's a billionaire, playboy philanthropist who is a genius, who his legacy is that he owns he owns a lot of technology, and a lot of that technology uses to kill people. And Iron Man 1, his journey, he's with some American soldiers. They are killed by his own weapons. He's get kidnapped by some terrorists. Tony Stark gets free and decides to change that. He creates a suit of armor to protect himself and to take out the bad guys and terrorists and to stop the weapons manufacturing. He's going to do more stuff for medical. He's going to do more stuff to save lives instead of destroying lives. He's trying to change his legacy. And he does that throughout all his films. He's trying to change his legacy. But what is the problem? In each of his films, the villains are always have a personal attack against Tony Stark. Jeff Bridges' character in Iron Man 1 wanted Tony Stark's new suit, new Iron Man outfit, because that's a new weapon. That's a weapon in his eyes. He could sell it and make money off of it. Tony Stark says no. They fight. Tony Stark wins. Iron Man 2, there are two villains. There's Justin Hammer, who's a technology guy just like Tony. He's a billionaire too, but the problem is, though, Tony Stark always makes fun of his damn stuff. You know, he's kind of right, that they're all crappy. And Justin Hammer is just basically trying to get his revenge on Tony Stark for that by creating something better. Whiplash has a beef against Tony Stark's father because his father stole something from his father. So that's the legacy of Whiplash and what he wants. Whiplash absolutely cannot stand Tony Stark because Tony Stark is the epitome of what he looks like. It's like the sins of the father affect Tony Stark, and that's what happens with Whiplash. Now, Iron Man 3, you have the Mandarin. The Mandarin, or Aldrich Killian, is played by Guy Pearce. He hates Tony Stark because Tony Stark left him one day on the roof alone, and he waited for an entire New Year's, and he decides to get this big revenge fantasy against Tony Stark. And during all that process, he nearly loses the love of his life, Pepper. Happy gets injured. A lot of people that he cares about gets hurt because of what Tony Stark did to one guy. And you know, it wasn't the biggest thing in the world. It's still a cause and effect. In Avengers, what did Tony Stark do? He saved the world from aliens, and he stopped the nuclear explosion. That was a plus. Avengers Age of Ultron, the Scarlet Witch kind of messed up his mind, and he decided to create Ultron. And let me go back to that statement. Scarlet Witch didn't make Tony Stark create Ultron. Tony Stark was already creating Ultron. He already had this idea of the end game of how to basically end the Avengers, and so there would be peace in the world, and he wanted to create Ultron. Scarlet Witch just enhanced his paranoia and made him do it quicker and do drastic actions in order to create Ultron faster. That's what he did, and a lot of people died. Not to mention what Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver's characters, their parents died because of Tony Stark because of their weapons, his weapons. So that's why Tony Stark has done all his thing. Tony Stark has a lot of cause and effect. All the stuff that either him or his father has done in the past has led to these moments, and why Tony Stark or Iron Man has villains. Now, for Captain America, what's his character study? He's a guy that fought in World War II because he hated Nazis. I mean, well, he didn't hate Nazis. He just didn't like bullies. And he decided to stand up for the greater good. He went to World War II. He crashed an airplane that had a whole bunch of nuclear bombs that would have destroyed the world, and he stopped the Red Skull and Hydra. In Avengers, he comes back after being frozen for so long, and he saves the world along with Tony Stark and the other Avengers in the Avengers movie. And Captain America 2, what did he do? He finds out S.H.I.E.L.D. was infiltrated by Hydra. He takes down Hydra and S.H.I.E.L.D. and he saves Washington, D.C. and so many other places and all the people that were going to be killed. In Avengers Age of Ultron, he is doing the same thing. He stopped Ultron. He stopped something that Tony Stark made. And right now, he's in Captain America Civil War. So here's the thing. Captain America's journey is just that he's always been a janitor. He's always cleaned up the messes for everybody. Now, if that's for a person of each individual, even though I love Tony Stark, I'm siding with Captain America, the guy that could do no wrong. Now, is he Mr. Perfect? Yeah, kind of. But let's go see now the situation in Captain America 3. Captain America 3, since all these people have died, they want there to be regulations. The whole government of the world wants all the Avengers to be held accountable. Captain America, his Avengers don't want it. Iron Man and some of his Avengers want it. Now, why should, in my opinion, should there be of registration, yes, for certain characters. Captain America doesn't need it. Tony Stark needs to be signed because all the damage he has done already. Thor needs to be signed because he brings some shit along with him to Asgard, even though he doesn't mean to. It happens. Hulk, he's not in control. He's never really in control, and there's been issues with that stuff. Now, certain other characters, I don't know. Scarlet Witch, maybe she should sign up for it. But like certain characters like Captain America, Hawkeye, and Black Widow, they follow in. They are the soldiers of this universe. They have been following orders. Should they sign? Not really so much. Now, this whole beef of Tony Stark trying to, like, again, right the wrongs of his past, and Captain America actually taking a stand for something that he wants in this time. This is the first movie where he's saying no to certain stuff, and you can see in the trailers that it involves his friend Bucky. And maybe there's an incident in the movie that Captain America accidentally causes, and there is damage. And he does try to do the right thing, but maybe people die, and that's the events that lead to the next. You have to register. So again, if this is the Civil War of whose side I'm on, I'm choosing Captain America because I've always been a Captain America fan because he's a selfish guy. And if this is the one movie, if he's selfish, then let it be. I say let it be because then he has done more for his country, more for the world than any other superhero on this list. I mean, of all the Avengers, he has done more than anybody else, and he's hardly made any dang mistakes. He has done the job of a hero. That's why I'm on Captain America's side. Yes, I love Tony Stark, and yes, he is a hero, and yes, I would like him to. I like that he's in Captain America: Civil War, but is he the greatest hero of all time? Not so much. If he caused a lot of cause and damages. If Tony Stark was never Iron Man, would there still be stuff like this? Probably a different guy who deals with weapons and all that stuff, but there wouldn't be such a cause and effect with Ultron, with probably like Alfred killing. You never know what could happen or the ifs and bouts in the world. But in my personal opinion, my side in the Captain America universe Captain America Civil War is either Captain America Iron Man. I'm Captain America always to this day because he's a selfless hero. Selfless hero. But y'all let me know what you think. One, whose side are you on in Captain America Civil War? Iron Man or Captain America? Let me know what y'all think. One, subscribe if you like the screen down the bottom. Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Respect my opinion. I respect yours. Alright, everyone. Named Lee Sun. Offering good everybody. Bye bye.